Alright guys, today we have another wonderful tool from Katerk. They are becoming a very big brand. They are making some very quality tools as well. What do we have in here today? It's a plastic welder. Let's point the camera down, check it out, and we're going to put it through a test to see how well it works. Alright, so here it is right here. Get it done with easy, Katerk. When you open it up, here it is, your user manual, plastic welding machine right there. You're going to get a pair of side cutters. You're also going to get a razor knife. You're going to get the actual tool itself. How cool is this? It does plug in with a USB to USB Type-C cable. And you get your different size staples for doing different size plastic repairs. We will look at all four of these sizes real quick. So in the first container, you have a staple like this, and the way that you use these, of course, is you just stick them in the end of the tool, you heat them up, once they get red hot, you mash them into the plastic that you're trying to weld together. So that's the first style that you get. You're also going to get a whole box like this. Now these are made to where you can come in from the top like so. You melt it in, then you take your snips and snip off the excess. But I'm going to demonstrate with these here in just a moment. I want you guys to see how that works. The other style that they're going to give you is this right here, or for if you're trying to weld a larger gap together. This will be great for things like car bumpers and car parts and any plastic that you're trying to weld together in the house. Like say for instance, these are really good too. These are the squiggly ones. These are actually my favorite ones. Let's say if your kid has a power wheel and the fender breaks off. Well, you can actually use these little clips to help weld that back on. Now if you look on top up here, you can see that it is charging. It also tells you when it's working and heating up, and this is your power button right there. So if you were to unplug this, hold the power button down, you can see that it is now powered up. You can see your high, medium, and low, and you do have a light on the front to help you see your projects. Let's get some plastic and try this thing out. Alright, so for this test, I have a couple old combat robot chassis here, and I'm just going to put a weld on this section right here just to try to weld these two pieces together so you can see how it works. Now once you put your staple in the end, make sure that's not hot, you do just feed your staples in like that. And then you hold down the button to power it up. You can see we're fully charged. And then you squeeze the trigger to get the piece nice and hot. So that's what's going to actually start the heating action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this where I want it. And I'm going to squeeze the trigger. And you can hear a tone from it. And look how fast this thing heats up. And then once you drop it in there, you can just go like that. Now let's say we're going to put another staple in. Dude, for a cordless thing, this thing heats up extremely quick. This is going to be so valuable. Let's try it again. I'm actually going to put it on there so you can see real time how fast this thing heats up. Look how fast that works, guys. You can kind of give it a little wiggle, get a better bond in there. And just like that, you are welding plastic together. Now once you get your staples in, give it a minute to cool off some. You can actually take your cutters, that's what these little cutters are for, and you can cut off the excess staple, just like so. And now these two pieces that were separate pieces are now one piece. This is not a tutorial on how to weld, this is to test how fast this thing works. And it does work extremely quick, but I'm going to put another staple right here just because it's so much fun and I want you guys to see. This is going to be so handy in the fact that it is cordless, it is small, it is compact. These things before, guys, in past years were very large and you had to plug them in. The fact that you can just put this in your toolbox in a nice small case and you get all these staples and you can just make repairs on the fly without having to find power is just awesome. This is going to be quite useful in the world of combat robotics, that's for sure. And look how fast it works. Give it a little wiggle wiggle. Just like that. Too cool for school, guys. And we have a nice tight bond. Now, if you wanted to take it one step further, you could melt these edges together as well. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I think this is good enough. I'm very impressed by this tool. It came charged. It runs off of 4 volts. It heats up extremely quick. It's light. It's portable. It comes with a ton of staples to get you going. And this is going to be a perfect addition, guys, to your toolkit. The Katerk plastic welder is a very good tool to have in your kit. I hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.